everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and I don't know what else to say, but welcome back. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is a fairly new channel, so I'm Tiffany, and welcome to my space. I'm just sharing some of my hobbies that I love, that I'm returning to, some new hobbies that I'm taking on. So if you're interested in seeing more content, or if you're interested in seeing more from me, go ahead and subscribe. For real, you might love it here, you never know. Hit the bell button, all that stuff. Leave a like if you liked it, comment, all the good things, even the bad ones, like feedback, all of it is good. Okay, so welcome. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my space. I'm Tiffany, and thank you for joining me. That sounds nice. So I'm just gonna jump right in. Like, I filmed that a couple of times, but today I am finally going to go ahead and get started on some of the seeds I plan to sow this spring. So I want to do an outdoor garden. I want to like begin my home gardening, urban gardening, homestead, whatever journey. And so I've been stocking up on seeds. I bought so many seeds, just like the cheap ones from Dollar Tree, and I bought like a variety of things, some flowers, I bought some like herbs, some fruits, some veggies, and things like that. And I just want to go ahead and get started with something. Our last frost date is like the 14th or maybe the 21st, but it's time to get started. Basically, I'm already behind, and with it being my first season, I don't want to keep delaying myself. So I have a ton of things I've just bought over the course of like the past couple of weeks and things like that. So from the $1.25 store, I got a ton of these seed starting greenhouses. So these are pretty cool. It's like a little container with a dome to go over it, and that's really important when you're starting your seeds, because you want to create like a nice humid atmosphere for the little seedlings so they can sprout and just like, you know, really do their best. It'll really help with like making sure your seeds germinate so you're able to transplant them and put them into your garden beds. So I'm just gonna go through and kind of sort through my seeds and get an idea of what I really have, because a lot of times I would just go and buy what was there. So I just kind of bought a bunch of things, and so I have my little project book. It's not just gardening stuff in here. This is kind of for all of my DIYs, and I'm a big journaler, so I have like a journal for everything. But I'm gonna go through here and then just kind of also take note of what I have as far as the seeds and things like that, so I can like keep track and just be as fruitful as possible in my little home garden that I am creating. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna like clear some of the space a little bit, or before I do that, like I said, ton of seeds. Can't have a garden without seeds, so there's a ton of these. I mentioned the greenhouses. I have these little, also from $1.25 store, these little plant labels, so have those, a marker to label everything with. I have a ton of like potting things. I have some of these plastic ones. I have some of the little biodegradable cardboard ones. These are some things that have already been opened. Some seeds I opened before and tried, but it was way too cold. A few sprouted. I still have like, I think, a basil in the kitchen, but yeah, a lot of other things were fails, and I didn't have the right dirt either. So I do also have some, I do also have a bag of seed starting potting mix, and this will be really good because you don't want like dirt that's going to keep them too moist. So this is like a lighter type of dirt for your seedlings and things like that. I think that's what I got from the research. So let's do it. Let's get started. Let's start this stuff. I just want to put all the herbs in like one spot and then go. It's like a matching game. Have a kale. I need more space, please. I'm gonna use my marker. spinach, broccoli. That's not broccoli. That's cauliflower. Here's broccoli. It was coming. I'm putting these together because I feel these are like things. My flowers. I have some chives. These are some green beans. Oh, these feel peas. I'm gonna keep those together. Another oregano. I love cucumbers. Watermelons. These are fruits. I bought cantaloupes and watermelons. I don't know if I can grow these in Michigan, but I bought the seeds. I might try. I bought some sunflowers, more flowers, some marigolds. These are some zinnia flowers. There's a lettuce. More sunflowers. These are mammoth sunflowers, the super big ones. And I bought flowers because in my yard I have like a really big tree, and there is a flower bed that's built around the stump of the tree, like a half circle, and I want to fill that with just a bunch of flowers. Like, I'm not gonna grow any crops in there just because animals run up and down a tree, can get like right into the stuff. But I think if I fill it with flowers, that'll be really good. And then if I can even plant some that are gonna bring like beneficial like pollinators and things like that into the garden, that'll be really dope. So I just bought random ones for now. I'm gonna research more about like beneficial flowers and things later. So these can get put away. I'm not sowing any flowers today at all. Bye. Tomatoes, yes. I can't believe I only have one pack of tomatoes. But I also have these open ones. I'll see what's in this. I have a summer squash, Swiss chard, it's like microgreens, so these hills, microgreens, Swiss chard, and lettuce. These are all giving me like similar vibes. So here's a different type of cucumber. I have a national thickling cucumber, and then I have a market war cucumber. I got some carrots, red cord, chutney, carrots. I have some hot peppers, some habanero peppers, like the Scotch bonnet pepper, and one tomato, and I have sweet peppers. I just can't believe I don't have one thing of tomatoes. I'm gonna buy more tomato seeds because I want to grow like grape tomatoes with so many different varieties. If I can grow those little ugly, booty, bumpy ones, I want some of those. I feel like those always look so rich and juicy and delicious, and I would love to just eat sandwiches all the time with those on there. So okay, so again, so far these are all of the seeds that I have, except for the flowers and except for these open seeds, and the fruits are under here too. We have a lot of these herbs can be grown, I feel like, indoors, but we're gonna like do beneficial things near each other once I get my plot set out. I'm thinking of doing, for like my beginner garden bed, I want a raised bed, but a lot of people say like in ground is fine too. So I'm not really sure, but I want a 4x8 space. So that's what I'm gonna be working with. And then I'm obviously gonna, you know, go in and map that out so I know like what's gonna be planted where. Okay, so first let's see what's in here. Let's figure out what I opened before. So I have onions. Onions and chives are similar. This is a parsley, some sort of a parsley. It's cut off, but this is parsley. More oregano. I have tons of oregano. I have more tomatoes. These are some radishes, and then I have more Roma tomatoes. So I really want to do tomatoes. I don't even eat no damn radish, but these are like good for salads. So I'm gonna just make a really good healthy salad blend. That'll be good. And these only take 4 to 6 days to germinate. What I also got, I had some like random dowels. I feel like I got these from like the arts and scrap store forever ago. And that just reminded me when I found them, I need to go back. That store's still open. It's a great resource. If you like to do just DIYs and creative art projects with your kids, you can get a lot of stuff for cheap, or at least you could like years ago. So I marked on here, the smallest one is like 1/4 of an inch, and then another to the 1/2, and then to the up to 3 inches on these little dowels. So when I am putting them in, I can just, because if you ever read your seed packet, on the back it'll tell you how many days each thing will take to germinate, how deep you want to sow your seeds into your soil, the spacing, and all that stuff. So good information here. And I'm honestly like ready to get started. So I have some tomato seeds already open. I'm gonna sow more tomato seeds. Oh, sweet peppers. So I have these seeds, but I also have a container with a ton of scraps. So I'm gonna do both. I was gonna send them around the same time. Oh, cucumbers. So I would do a little more heirloom cucumbers. I got these trays from the garage, and I'm gonna use these to start. And I'm nervous, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So I have the Miracle Grow seed starting potting mix. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. I saw some that were saying like you want to have wet soil to begin with, and things like that. So I don't know. We're just gonna. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this open. There was a gnat that just escaped from this dirt. I'm just gonna use everything. To be honest, I'm gonna keep this. Keep your cardboard because this can be used for compost. And I am also planning to learn composting. I have like a couple of food safe containers, just a little. The buckets, I'm gonna start small with like small amounts of compost. Anything that actually becomes compost, I feel like will be beneficial for my garden. So I'm not gonna try to start so big. Just starting small with this being my first year with an urban home garden. So I'm gonna use a few of these biodegradable pots. I'm also going to use a few of these and make these like offer one thing too. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this container, and I'm just going to use this to mix some of the dirt in. I don't know, I'm really unsure about it because one thing said I need like wet soil for the potting mix, the other ones didn't say. So I was also thinking of using this to incubate my seedlings, germinate them, whatever. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started, pouring a good amount, about half of the bag or so. Like I don't want to have too much, but I want to have a good amount. So this is like light and fluffy soil. So it's supposed to be good for like the new, you know, baby roots basically that will be growing from your seeds. But studies have shown that this needs to be moist first. So have that in our little container here. Let's move some of the dirt. There's just like stuff all over it. So we have this much dirt. I also have like just some water. So I'm gonna go ahead, put a little water in here. Is that like a bubble? It's a rock. Put a little water, a lot more water. I saw somebody like squeeze it with their hand and then pour some of the water out. I don't know how I'm gonna do all that, but we want this to be nice and moist for our seeds. I'm just pouring. There we go. It's looking like dirt now. Slightly, at least. So yeah, still just mixing it up. It feels a little bit softer or more like, I don't know. I can feel that it's moisture in there, but I can feel it also needs a lot more too. Yeah, so I guess you want it to be like a little kind of chunky. Let's get this corner. Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that looks pretty good. It should be like packable. It's basically like, that's kind of where you want to get it. get some nice packable dirt. And once you're there, yeah, this feels good. That felt good. So it feels nice. It's still kind of fluffy, but when you squeeze it, you're able to squeeze some of that water out. So, okay. So that's pretty good to start. I think from here, you want to go back into your containers. You want to go ahead and start filling your containers with the dirt. I'm using my hand. I'm not gonna put the dirt. And I will pack it down more. Not like crazy. Like anything. So yeah, I just went through putting dirt into the tray. And my seeds. This already has like a perlite in it. We buy the Miracle Grow. I know some people make their own. I will use like their compost. I don't have compost yet, so I'm just using the Miracle Grow seed starting potting mix. So I'm using my fingers to see they're actually like packed. There's enough dirt in each one. So this is the good amount. I think it's very low. And then one thing I said is like one day I saw, but you also might stick another tray, and then you get the right depth for like things. Kind of push down a bit. That was very tight. I don't know. I'm gonna shake some of this out. It's a lot. I don't know. It may be okay. I have like a little dowel here. I have like 2 different things of them so I can see how far down this is. So this is about 1 1/4 inch thick. So if I leave it here, I'm gonna put my seeds here and then fill it with another 1/4 of an inch to make them about 1 inch or 1/4 inch. Leave them there and they'll be about 1 inch like left or whatever. So I'm just gonna let this sticky. But yeah, this is gonna be that. So first I'm done. We'll just set it here and then I'll go ahead and fill up my next tray. Hopefully there's enough dirt for this next one. If not, there's another half, not more than half of that left. So I'll just mix up some more. If you hear screams, those are my kids. They're outside playing. They're okay. But yeah, Fridays. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to stay focused and get this done. So I made my first few trays with the potting mix, and I ran out. I didn't mix a whole lot. I just mixed about a little less than half of the bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and put more in here. Add some water to it, so it can be nice and I keep wanting to say moisturized. So the soil is nice and moist so that the seeds are able to pull some good hydration and things like that. So when you first start, it's nice and fluffy and y'all say y'all, whatever. Want to go ahead and get some water. Add water to your mix. I'm just gonna add the rest. I'm just gonna finish this, and then you want to mix it in. And I had a little shovel. Found the shovel. I just mix it and make sure you're getting. I want to say like mix it till it's like clumpy consistency, and then you know like you got a good amount of like water in there. Basically, you should be able to scoop it up and feel that it feels a little moist to the touch, but if you were to squeeze it, you could squeeze it and some of the water should come out. So I'm just mixing this up. Still a little dry until I'll need more water. So mix it up really good, and then again you should be able to squeeze and the water should drip. Nothing dripped out, so this is not wasted water, and it doesn't need too much water. So go ahead and mix that stuff up really well. Real nice and good, like, and then that way if you scoop up a good amount, you should be able to squeeze and water should come out. That's good. I'm not gonna add any more because this is gonna be the layer I put over my seeds, and I'm gonna water them again after that. So that's good for now. Okay, so here is my soil. Like I said, you want to kind of mix it up until it gets like a little chunky looking, and then it feels like soft, or it does feel soft. It feels wet though to the touch. Feels like a little moist to the touch when you're touching it, and then like when you take the soil, you should be able to squeeze it and then, you know, have the moisture come out that way. So this is a really good consistency. We're gonna go ahead and get the seeds open and start putting them in the containers, and I'm gonna go ahead and cover them up with this. It's hard work when your storage is always full, but I think I've deleted enough memories so that I'll have enough space to finish. So I'm just doing my little markers now with the things I'm gonna plant. So okay, so first, I'm gonna get the again. I'm gonna start with the tomato seeds. I'm just put it all in here at all. So these are tomato seeds. I'm really not gonna be able to see them, but I'm gonna put it like maybe two. I'm gonna like 4 seeds. Oops. I'm just gonna put well, I've seen some like one seed per, I'm gonna put a few in here, so just in case if some don't germinate, I know that I'm for sure gonna have something. I love flowers too. Maybe I thought there were more. That's how we will have it. So again, just 1 bunch of tomatoes. So simple. I bought these from Dollar Tree. All my seeds I got from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna probably buy some more from somewhere else and see, just in case these don't have like a good germination percentage. I don't want to waste my time, so I'm gonna get a variety of seeds. And I'm putting at least 5 in each thing. At least, because I want to make sure something grows. So there you go. I found another thing where everything grew like the tomatoes like super tight bunch, and then just had to like soak them and then let the soil kind of break up and then put them apart like 1 by 1. So I'm not worried if multiples start to grow like we need tomato body. So that'll be next. Okay, so that's enough. Those are enough tomato seeds. So tomatoes done. Next I'm cucumbers. So this is only just for seed something, but again, I want to make sure I have enough to actually grow. So these are the cucumbers. I'm gonna put like 3 of the cucumbers. I'm gonna do 4. I don't know. You got 2. I'm gonna do 4. Which one? I don't know what's gonna actually. We'll do 5. I'm like, that's much. We'll do 5. Here's one. Just put it out ready. Okay, so cucumbers done. Next I have nail peppers. I'm just gonna change the corner. First I was trying with it, and I'm just really off. These are getting like the core in here too. Maybe 5. I might get like 1. Oh, it's okay. Are you playing my fucking travel? I know we'll do a lot of things. This is my first time doing my running, and I don't want to like off. Those that have narrow and then hot pepper. Those are spicy, like. Yeah, just to get stuff going. Okay, so blue ones are done. I got everyone in the corner. This started here. Come on, run it down. These look like little, like, dried up spicy peppercorns. Very interesting. Yeah, these look like peppercorns or something. Come on, that was air. I didn't know see these. Okay. Put some for lettuce, my third. So as I'm like doing it now, I kind of realized, oh well, that I kind of didn't do these that good because I should have. Like I know the depth of each one, but they don't even depth. So with my covering, I'm gonna have to like be careful. Nice. And then some. I think I tried to do it. Oh, you're done. That's tomatoes, my cucumber. And then this is radishes. Okay, this is taking much longer than I anticipated, and I'm kind of like all over the place, super disorganized, but progression is happening. So these were some random seeds, and I think they are parsley. So I'm gonna see how these grow, but I think this is parsley. So I did 2 of these here. They have the little dome thing. These are all carrots, and I used the little small biodegradable ones for these. Not sure if it's gonna work, but these are all carrots. So 5 plants, those, hopeful for that. This was, it's gone. This was a little microgreens kit that I had, and this is something that can grow in the house. And that you can harvest like soon. So yeah, this is a tray of microgreens, and I'm just kind of like feeling what I have left. So I'm gonna do in these 2. I'm thinking of doing like the more spices. So I have like more spices, more of the herbs and stuff. So I have some cilantro. I'll probably do cilantro in one. I have some spinach. I may start spinach in some of these ones. And then I also, again, I have my scraps of all the peppers that I have left. So again, I have the scraps, some leftover peppers. So these are like sweet peppers. They're green and orange, but the color is just based off when you harvest it. So they'll all start off green, and then they'll start to turn orange and then red. Right? I think so. So I'm gonna do spinach. I'm gonna do cilantro. I have some thyme and some dill. I don't know about these. I'll probably, I don't know, dill might be cool because I can make like a little sauce with it or something. Like a white sauce with some dill. That would probably be cool. If I do spinach, I have to do kale. Like I feel like if I get one started, I have to do both. So yeah. And then I have like onions and chives. I'm gonna do these. Have to do these. So that's 5 more things. This is my last little bit of dirt. I don't have a lot left, but I just wanted to get stuff mixed because I am gonna clean this bin out, and I'm gonna also use this container because this can help trap in some good moisture. And my little seeds need that. They need the moisture so they can start growing. So yeah, this is still like super dry. So I'm just gonna get this stuff done. Like I'm tired. As you can see, you can tell by the sunlight that some time has passed. And I just want to be done. It's almost time for dinner. So we'll get to it. More water into the soil. You want to mix it up really good so that it gets a little clumpy. When I can see that it's clumpy and it's like you don't have no action spots, that's when I know like it's at least all kind of equally moist. And it's gonna like do a squeeze test and see if it's moist enough. So basically, it should feel wet and touch, but not soak. And then you should be able to like squeeze the soil and see the water actually drip out. But like I said, it's not like soaking wet to the touch. So this is pretty good. It's like I get a little crumbly and stuff, and then I touch it. It feels a little kind of a little dry. I don't know if you can see the drip. So that is a good consistency. Because after I get the soil into my little whichever containers I end up using, I'm still gonna water the seeds after. I'm gonna like probably get the watering can out of the garage because that'll give it that like little trickle effect versus the pour that my watering can gives. So, okay, the dirt, the soil is good. I feel like you know it. I also have like these containers from home. I'm doing. So I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna put one of those pepper things in here. I've seen one like you know like you see those shorts, all these like videos and stuff. And somebody put that whole thing just like right in there. Somebody sprinkled some all over the top. So I'm probably gonna do it that way. I'm gonna just sprinkle a bunch like all over the top. So a good amount of dirt. You just need to like a whole lot because some of the things aren't that deep. So, and then I'm gonna use like all of my dirt all over. So this seems to be like good. Okay, I'm finally back and oh my gosh, this took forever. So here are all of the seeds that I've started. You can already see some moisture in there. I did have these stacked on top of it at one point, but yeah, I just have a lot of random stuff. I don't know what I'm doing for real, but I've done a little bit of research and I'm just gonna try it out and see and hope that I get some good results. But I'm tired. It's like so many hours later, but I have this little grow light as well. So I'm gonna put these in the kitchen. These are all gonna take up my kitchen table, and I'm gonna have the light over it. So I will just kind of rotate things, or see. I don't know. It's a dual head light, so we'll see if they are able to cover them off really well, or if I'm gonna have to rotate them around. But I think that spot in the kitchen is a good spot because it gets good light. If I need to move them around the kitchen in more direct sunlight, I'm able to. And then the there's like heat vents in there too, so it keeps fairly warm. So yeah, this took forever, but I'm happy to finally. They're so cute. Oh yeah, we're excited to see. I'm very excited to see which one's the best. Yep, we're gonna see which one's the best. How much germination percentage we get, and we'll go from there. Okay, bye. So tired. Okay, so this is the final setup on the seeds. I think I read online that the blue light is better for seedlings. So I got everything under the blue light as best as it can here, and we'll just see how things go. I'm gonna turn this on a little bit so the bulb is facing down better, but yeah, this is a setup. So day one is 3:15. Everything was started. I'll keep track in my journal on some things that are supposed to like start sprouting in like 7 days, like mostly the tomatoes and like some of the spinach, like the leafy greens and things. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Day one. Bye. This took forever. It's 8 o'clock.